Tonight's meal, tilapia surprise with boiled cabbage. Begin cooking steps 1 through 50 now.
Are you kidding me? Making dinner shouldn't feel like doing a 1,000-piece puzzle. With Blue Apron's new one-pan assemble and bake meals, the hard part's already done. Pre-chopped ingredients, zero stress. Just assemble, bake, and enjoy. No complicated steps, no mountain of dishes. Try Assemble and Bake today. Get 20% off your first 2 orders with code APRON20. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
On today's Smart 7, Israel accuses Hamas of not complying with peace deal, dramatic jump in cyber attacks, and much more. It's Wednesday, 15th of October, it's National Mushroom Day, and happy birthday, Dominic West.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
The ceasefire in Gaza ran into trouble on day 2 as Israel accused Hamas of not fulfilling their promise to return the bodies of 28 hostages as part of phase 1 of the peace deal. Israel refused to open the Rafah border crossing and cut the flow of aid in half because Hamas has so far returned only 8 of the bodies, claiming that the other remains will take time to recover from the rubble of Gaza. In the Commons, Tory leader Kemi was on the attack over Gaza, following up from yesterday's dispute over credit for the UK's part in the peace deal and harking back to Keir Starmer's recognition of the state of Palestine.
It is quite clear that UK relations with Israel have been strained by the actions of this government. The Prime Minister has taken the wrong decisions, time and time again, diminishing our influence in the region.
The Prime Minister was unimpressed, saying he was surprised and saddened that Badenoch chose to attack the UK's role in the process and her lack of any mention of the ongoing humanitarian crisis. He was also clear that there is a long road ahead.
There can be no viable future for Gaza, no security for Israel, if Hamas can still threaten bloodshed and terror. So we will work to put that threat out of action for good.
There were alarming new figures published by the UK's National Cybersecurity Centre on Tuesday that showed cyber attacks have risen by 50% in the last year. The agency and the UK's security services have been dealing with about 4 new nationally significant attacks each week. Big names who have seen attackers cripple their business include Marks & Spencer's, Jaguar Land Rover and even creche chain Kiddo. Security Minister Dan Jarvis is officially sounding the alarm and spoke about the government's new plans to get businesses to pay more attention to the risks online.
For too long, cybersecurity has been a concern of the middle management. It's not a case of if you will be the victim of a cyber attack. It's about being prepared for when that attack happens.
Former Interpol cybercrime director Craig Jones told Sky News that cyber attacks have become big business and the risks are much more serious now than many businesses realise.
10, 15 years ago, there wasn't that opportunity for the cyber criminals, but as that digital economy has evolved, so's that cybercrime economy as well. And the criminals and the businesses that they had set up are really impacting our countries around the world.
Ukrainian President Zelensky and a delegation are set to fly to Washington for a Friday meeting with US President Trump. Trump spoke again on Tuesday about his intention to give long-range Tomahawk missiles to Ukraine and again mocked Vladimir Putin for failing to capture Kyiv within a week at the start of the war. It's a dramatic change in tone, and NATO countries are also taking a more aggressive posture against Russia, with the EU warning that they consider Russia to be engaged in a hybrid war with Western nations, which will generate a firm response. NATO Secretary-General Mark Rutte even highlighted a damaged Russian submarine that surfaced off the coast of France, the Novorossiysk.
There's a lone and broken Russian submarine limping home from patrol. What a change from the 1984 Tom Clancy novel, The Hunt for Red October. Today, it seems more like the hunt for the nearest mechanic.
The COVID inquiry has been back in session for the last 2 weeks, with a module that looks at the closure of schools and the impact that had on pupils. They've heard from some headmasters who had made their own plans, but were still caught by surprise when Boris Johnson's government closed all schools again, with no notice in January 2021. Former Education Secretary Sir Gavin Williamson testified on Tuesday, and he said that some people in government had described the sudden closure as like smashing a Ming vase on the floor to get people's attention. He was also at pains to make clear that it wasn't his decision.
I would often get the question as to why did you decide to close schools as you opened them? And it always sort of made me smile a little bit with the idea that I had the luxury of a person being able to take the decision.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro, England head for World Cup 2026 and big news from some YouTube stars. Right after this.
If you're a smoker or vapor, ready to make a change, you really only need one good reason. But with Zyn nicotine pouches, you'll discover many good reasons. Zyn is America's #1 nicotine pouch brand. Plus, Zyn offers a robust rewards program. There are lots of options when it comes to nicotine satisfaction. But there's only one Zyn. Check out zyn.com/find to find Zyn at a store near you. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Welcome back.
Tuesday night saw the current round of World Cup qualifying games wrap up, with the Republic of Ireland hosting Armenia while England travelled to Latvia. The Republic have struggled so far in the qualifiers with only 1 point from their first 3 games, but they managed a 1-0 win over Armenia, who are ranked 103rd in the world. England have been on a great run at the top of their group, and with 5 wins from 5 games, they weren't too concerned about facing Latvia. With Harry Kane back in the side, he was also back on the score sheet with 2 goals in a 5-0 win that sees Thomas Tuchel's side qualified for next year's World Cup.
Brilliant. Such good mood in the dressing room. It's our dream to go to America, and now we made it, and we made it with another good performance, top result.
There was happy news on Tuesday for fans of long-time UK YouTubers Dan and Phil. After years of fan speculation, the pair finally confirmed they are a pair and have been in a relationship for 16 years. They'd both come out as gay in 2019, but had never publicly spoken about their relationship. Dan explained that he had what he called an extremely homophobic childhood, and that meant that he'd been deep in the closet for years, but finally after therapy decided to go public. They have almost 3 million subscribers on YouTube, and the response from fans seems to have been overwhelmingly positive.
All right, let's get this over with.
Yep.
Are Dan and Phil in a relationship?
Yes.
All right, bye. Oh, sorry, you wanted more, did you?
Oh.
You want the juice.
Okay.
The tea, the blood, the tears, the
Oh my God.
If you're checking the calendar, you'll know we still have 71 days until Christmas, and we haven't even got to Halloween yet. That hasn't stopped the Christmas-obsessed elves at Netflix, who've decided this is the perfect week to release all the trailers for their holiday movies. And no, they don't mean a JetBlue holiday, that's just American for Christmas. They're not alone either. Apple TV just dropped a trailer for The Family Plan 2, which stars Mark Wahlberg and friends as the Morgans, who are taking a European vacation for Christmas.
Hello, Sean. Are you enjoying your family vacation? What's happening here? You don't recognise me. Maybe this'll help. I'm here to take over your father's business.
Well, who the hell is he?
He's a ghost from my past.
More secrets, Stan?
You're unbelievable.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day.
Give us 7 minutes, we'll give you the world.
Take control of the numbers and supercharge your small business with Xero. That's Xero. With our easy-to-use accounting software with automation and reporting features, you'll spend less time on manual tasks and more time understanding how your business is doing. 87% of surveyed U.S. customers agree Xero helps improve financial visibility. Search Xero with an X or visit Xero.com/ACAST to start your 30-day free trial. Conditions apply.